Hello, and welcome to Praying for Nigeria Impactful Talk and Discussion. We hope that as you listen to this broadcast, you will be inspired to do something about anything you might like and help in positively change our society. The change in our opinion starts with you and with me. Let's help rebuild our nation, Nigeria, individually and collectively. God bless you.
Just title our discussion this morning as All Things Work Together for Good. And before I read the passage, I'm just going to share an experience which has encouraged me after the results. This experience just came to my mind, and when you said that people are not rejoicing and all that, I'm rejoicing. I'm not rejoicing because somebody won or somebody did not win, but I'm rejoicing because I look back at my past positive experience with God and I said, all things work together for good. God is working out something that we don't know. But at the end of the day, we might get to know. Before I read the passage, the experience that is helping me now to look at things differently is when I was very young. My older sister used to live in Ife, but she's no longer living there now. And we used to go and visit. And as a small girl in primary school, when we are passing through the University of Ife gate, when I see the gate and the entrance inside, and then I'll see buses of a University of Ife bus, and I'll see all these smart people coming out of the bus. I say, God, when I grow up, this university, I must be part of this one. What a beautiful gate. Every time. So anytime when we visit, I must make sure we pass through that gate just for me to, admire it and say, when I grow up, I will be this. And true to that determination, when I did jump, I put University of Ife as my first choice as to read medicine, and the second choice, University of Benin, to read pharmacy. When the result came, it was University of Benin. Before we opened the letter, my uncle said, and I could have been lovely if you read I could have really loved you to have read the medicine that you say you wanted to read. But then in JAMB, your first choice of university is your first choice of your course, and your second choice is your second choice university will be your second choice course. So now I then received a letter. By the time we opened it, it was University of Benin and it was nursing. So uncle said, look, before you waste your time, when you get there, tell them, maybe they made a mistake. Tell them that your first choice is Ife and it's medicine, and your second choice is Benin and it's pharmacy. But now the letter is saying Benin medicine. But when I got there, I told them, they say, no, it wasn't a mistake. That my pass mark was more than the mark for pharmacy. So that's why they gave me Benin. But I was just wondering that, but I didn't take Benin as a medicine now. So if my something is more than that one, why don't you just give me my Ife that I wanted, inside of me? Anyway, so I went ahead and I did the matriculation process and all that. So when I finished all those things, my younger sister now came from Kano with a letter that, University of Ife, they have sent me an admission letter for medicine. I said, but I have finished registration now and I've made friends. I say, in as much I like that, if I beg, I can't go through this process because we used to go to a Kanwa, we come back to a Bowo, you enter this, you enter that. I say, no. Maybe that's how the process is going to be in Ife. I'm not going to go there. I'm happy with my friends now. So that's how I stayed in University of Benin instead of Ife. So the love I had for Ife and all that, although it was still there then, but I just felt, no, I can't be bothered again to travel and go and do the same process. I will leave my friends behind. So what am I saying? So I graduated from University of Benin. University of Benin wasn't as beautiful as the gate that attracted me to University of Ife. It's just like a simple building, nothing special that they will be attracted and say, oh my goodness, university, just plain something. But what I'm trying to bring out from this experience is that many years when I graduated, I then had this scholarship that brought me to UK. And that scholarship, the body that organized the scholarship do not recognize University of Ife. So if I had gone to University of Ife, the scholarship that I brought couldn't have been possible. So God has seen what he has planned for me in my life that I couldn't see. And I was so disappointed that I didn't get Ife. So with this election, I think many people have thought that, this new Nigeria we are talking about is when what we can see physically, if those people in that party, if they win, that is only when God can bring it to pass. It is not the case, because we can see things like this and say, University of Ife is beautiful, this and that. But what God was planning for my life was different from what I was seeing. So I just want to encourage everyone that, the new Nigeria we are talking about, irrespective of what is going on now, God is working out things. All things work together for good. Although when we are going through the experience, it might be very bitter. We might feel very disappointed about it, but God is working out something. So with this presidential election, I feel that God is working out something for good for Nigeria, that God has not deviated from the plan. God, all the prophecy over Nigeria with this presidential election, that God has not changed his mind. He's working out something for good, which we, in our own, we can just see, but he sees differently. So I'll quickly read Psalm 1, and then we can pray. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor seated in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregations of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. The verse I want to actually concentrate on is verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So whatever God is doing in Nigeria through this process of the election, because I think on the 11th they are going ahead to do things, whatever they are doing, whether they are going to challenge, whatever they are going to do, the person at the end of the day is going to prosper. God created men. Like, you remember the story of the man that Jesus Christ spat on the ground and rub it on the eyes and say, what can you see? Say, I see men like trees. God has planted us human beings as trees to be fruitful. So whoever is going to be planted or has been planted by God to rule Nigeria, to be leaders in Nigeria, they shall be like tree planted by the rivers of water. They will bring forth fruits. And these fruits, and whatever it is, whatever they do, it shall prosper. So this morning, even as we have thanked God, we say that whoever, and whatever God is working out, we know that it will work out for good. And those people that have been planted by Him, they shall prosper in Jesus' name.